Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's March 13, 2023. Yes, the contagion continues within the banking sector, which could possibly impact the SPY, the Spider S&P 500 ETF. Yes, I'm going to talk about it and give you all a probable update as to how price is expected to move in the SPY because you guys can see it. I did a video not that long ago on the 6th of March looking for the SPY to continue to go higher, and we haven't gotten that out just thus far. The market has gone down instead of going higher. Now, I get it. If the market is not going to give me my expectations, then it's telling me already that I'm on the wrong side of the market. And I may need to cut this idea and play the market weak in the SPY. But first, look at this article right here. Okay. The second bank fails in spreading the crisis. Feds say depositors at both will be made whole. First bank was SVB. Silicon Valley Bank was the first bank to go belly up. Now you have this second bank, another financial institution called Signature Bank in New York, went belly up. So now FDIC has taken control over both of these banks. Or New York has taken control of Signature, and the FDIC or the Fed has taken over, the federal government has taken over SVB. Contagion is here. Banks are in trouble. Regional banks are, at least. What's going to happen to the SPY? What's going to happen to the price of the SPY? Could we continue to see weakness? Possible. Especially with so many unknowns considering the financial stability of the United States. Yes, the financial institution of the United States is simply built on a house of cards, and it's called faith, belief. Those who have their money in these institutions need to continue to have faith that if they need access to the cash, that it will be there. What we're seeing right now is that faith cracking, that belief is diminishing, because if these banks go belly up, how can we get the cash to fund our daily lives? We need to ensure, talk about the governments of the United States and local governments, we need to ensure that we can continue to tell people that their money's okay. It's the people's money. And if they put it somewhere, they expect it to be there when they need it. We're not seeing that right now in SVB or even in Signature Bank. What about Silvergate? Silvergate is another bank that is in shambles. First Republic is another bank that is in shambles. And I think there's many more. But so many people don't want to cause any contagion, because it's going to cause more bank runs. People are going to take the money out of the bank. And you guys can see, given the advent of technology and social media, information spreads quickly. You're going to have to act quick to get your money out before banks close. Could that impact the value of the SPY? Of course it can. And looking at that situation, and my expectation of looking for the SPY to go up, yeah, we may be on the wrong side. Now, I'm going to look at the market from a longer viewpoint, meaning on the weekly time frame, to see if I may need to change my analysis. So let's do it now. So let's look at this on the weekly chart, okay? Because I'm not going to be confused. I'm not going to hope. I'm not going to wish. If the chart is not showing me any indication that buyers are controlling or that the market is bullish, I know I need to leave. I need to drop my analysis and play the downside. So here it is here, right? Look at the last price action of the week right there. Does that look bullish to you? It doesn't. It looks to me like people are a little bit nervous. Now, it doesn't mean that the SPY is going to crash and go down to $100. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that from a weekly standpoint, the sellers have it out. They beat the buyers. Okay. Here it is on the 2 weeks. Look at the SPY on the 2 weeks. more weakness. Now that is in combination with the prior 2 weeks as well too. So far it looks like my idea of looking at the SPY to go higher doesn't look like it's too good. Here it is on the 3 weeks. Take a look at this on the 5. So from a weekly perspective, I'll admit it, market doesn't look bullish. The market actually is trying to tell me you might want to let this one go. All right. We saw on the prior 5 weeks, the SPY went from a low of $377 to a high of $418, only to come back down. The only thing that is saving this market in the SPY of going extremely lower in price is buyers stepping in at 380. That is where I have my ultimate TP loss at. Ultimate mental stop loss right there. I get it. If I see the price in the SPY close below 380 on weakness, automatically I know that this prediction is wrong. I already know it. There's no need for me to hope and wish, because this is the last stronghold of the buyers. The buyers came in the SPY and propped up the price here. So if they don't do it again on this weakness that's currently coming through now, we will go lower. So what do you think the chances are of us breaking below 380, considering the environment that we now know? Considering that we don't know how many other banks are going to collapse, or we simply don't know if there be more bank runs. We simply don't know if the program that the Fed has created is going to be enough to stop the contagion. We don't know. That is why the market currently in the SPY is giving us this weakness. So let me do this. Considering everything that was just said, I need to play the weakness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this price prediction go. So on the last trade of Friday, that is 4.5% loss right there. I get it. I don't like it. It didn't work out. Now I'm playing this idea from a longer term basis, i.e. weekly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, around that time, to allow this to play out. Okay. Now, that first target though is at 380. Like I said, there is still a chance, albeit from my perspective minimal, that price in the SPY could come and support 380. So if that's going to be the case, we need to go ahead and let this go. If we see buyers hold price at 380, that is 1.5% move to the downside. 380. Now let's say that they don't hold 380. Where do you think the next logical price area is going to be? Yep, 375. 2.82%. $375. My third target, I'm going to push it all the way down to 370. That is 4.11%. 370. Now, check this out though. Look at this. We're still trading within a trading range. So even though we can see a 4% move down, yes, it's going to sound negative. It's going to sound terrible. But when you zoom out, the SPY is still trading within a range from 420 all the way down to 360. That's it. So as I continue to play this, I want to see at what point price buyers are going to step in here. Okay. So that's it. I am done. Had to come in and revise the price prediction because the market wasn't harnessing any bullishness on the chart since I created my prior video. We just got to simply follow the market. And until things change, this is the course that I presume we're on. Now, you guys can give me your thoughts though. Let me know. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.